A very good morning to one and all present here. I, Retractor Vaibhav Lakshmi Bobde, on behalf of Rotaract Club of Electrical MCOE Metro and Rotaract Club of ENTC MCOE, welcomes you all on this beautiful morning for an amazing session lined up for you. Without wasting much of our time, let us proceed to collaring of the President of RC Electrical MCOE Metro, Retractor Niranjan Koshti, and President of RC ENTC MCOE, Retractor Akshada Patil. Interview is something that each one of us is going to face in our near future. But most of us don't know how to prepare for the same and crack it. So today, we have with us our speaker, Rotarian Dilip Paranspe. Mr. Paranspe is a mechanical engineer. Sir received his BTech degree in mechanical engineering from IIT Kanpur and MTech in machine design from IIT Bombay. Sir has a long career in industry, having worked in petrochemicals, consumer products and foundry industries at Mumbai, Pune, Lucknow, Kolkata and Dehradun before moving over to academics. He has worked in different capacities like material manager, quality control manager, general manager, HR, plant manager and group general manager in everyday industries. Sir is a winner of Chairman's Award for Technology Development in Everyday Energy Industries. Besides working in industry, he has been an educator in different institutions. He served as the principal of Tilak Maharashtra Vidyapith's Engineering Department as well as their External Education Department. Sir is a life member of Quality Circle Forum of India, Indian Institute of Production Engineers, a life member of Indian Institute of Materials Management and was chairman of its Lucknow branch. He is also the past president of Rotary Club of Pune University. Currently, he is the vice president of Friends of Tribal Society, Pune chapter. This organization runs 102,000 ECAL schools all over the country. Having interviewed hundreds of candidates as well as prepared hundreds of students for interviews, his guidance will certainly be relevant. We are glad to have you here, sir. I request you to please start with today's session. Over to you, sir.
So let us see, we talked about interviews, crack it. Now, first of all, I want to know, has any one of you ever attended an interview? You can raise a hand and tell, but doesn't matter. Oh, we can't see. So anyway, let's move forward. Let's see, interview skills we are talking about by me from on behalf of Rotary Club of Pune Metro. So let's see, what is an interview? Interview is an opportunity. What does it give you? You think of it as an opportunity. It's not a match. It is not an interrogation, not a policeman coming and asking you, "Tumhara naam kya hai? Tumhare baap ka naam kya hai?" It is an interactive session between you and the interviewer. This slide tells you what to expect in an interview. It may or may not happen, but that is what is meant to be. Now, the interviewer has a hidden agenda, which is not put on the notice board, but they have it in their mind. They have some typical concerns as to whether you are the right person or not. So when you are interacting with the interviewer, you be sensitive to his concerns so that when you answer him or her, you are able to answer in such a manner that your selling goes well. You are, after all, here to sell yourself, your skills, your capabilities. That is your role. It can be physical, mental, psychological, technical, whatever. So they want to know what kind of person is this? Does he have the ability to do the job? Will he be hardworking, reliable, pleasant? Can he or she manage people? And can we afford this person? Sorry. And the agenda continues. What are the strengths of that person? Are there any weaknesses? How will that affect the performance? Why did you choose my organization? Have you done anything in the past that proves your capabilities? What are your ambitions? What are your growth potentials? What can you contribute? And finally, after interviewing, should this person get an offer? Now, you also will have some questions in your mind Will my skills match the job? For freshers, it does not matter because most of you are in the third and fourth year. So your skills are college based, that's okay. But if you are changing a job, shifting from one job to another, this question might come in, whether your skills match the new job. Are these nice people to work with, or they are khadus people? Will they hire me, and what will they pay? What does it involve? So before doing this, your preparation should be that you should know as much as possible about the company which is interviewing you, which means you should know the size of the company, organization structure, divisions, departments that interest you, products, services, new products they are developing. One key area you should watch is which areas they are eliminating. Are they exiting any areas? Take example of Tata Motors, which is called Tata Motors today. So 30 years ago, they were called Telco, Tata Engineering and Locomotive Companies, because they were making locomotives for railways. They eliminated that area and became Tata Motors. So if that time, if I had applied for a job and I'd say I'm going into railway engines, the person who got into railway engines in the Tata Engineering at that time will be left nowhere because railway engines is out of their purview now. Same happens in many other companies. And if they are inviting you, what are the job description, what job title, what are the career paths possible, how long they have been in the business, what are their customers, clients, growth in the past and future potential, do they have training programs, do they have employee benefits, and important, what are their geographical locations, where are their offices, factories, work centers, service centers, etc. Should be known. And this, of course, in today's world with internet, these are very easy to find. Company's website, annual reports, inside sources, journals, magazines, no issues there. But don't restrict yourself only on internet. Be sure to read other magazines or trade journals as well. Now, interview dressing is important because you be sure what you should wear. Be sure that the outfit suits your personality. First rule is dress conservatively. Don't wear fancy dress. Red shirt, green pant, yellow socks, etc. No, that's not in no. And if you can see what the management people are wearing, try to dress accordingly, similarly. If they are all come in a suit and tie, well, you can wear a tie. If they are on t-shirt type of people, well, then it's a different matter. You have a better choice. Make sure that you go and present yourself well, good grooming, have clean hairstyle, cleanly kept nails, washed hands. Don't go after a match. You played a basketball match, you're sweating, and then 5 o'clock the match finishes and 5:30 I go to an interview. No, please don't do that. Carry an extra portfolio and extra copies of your resume and other documents. And have a clean notepad and a pen with you at the interview time. Clean notepad and pen, that works. Okay. Hello, can you hear, Niranjan? Fine. Okay, I'm proceeding. I'm proceeding, Niranjan. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Some don'ts I want to tell. Don't wear soiled, wrinkled, tall clothing. Don't dress casual. And for ladies, don't wear too much jewelry. Because I remember in one interview, one lady or one girl came, she was in IIT for final year, and she was wearing so much jewelry that I thought she was going for a wedding reception. I was hard pressed to try to call her for interview. And boys, please don't wear earrings if you're going for interviews. Now, don't ask me why, but it is not liked, as simple as that. Don't put on too much cologne, like, that, what is that? Badhiya scent lagaye, don't do that. Don't go into sports shoes, don't chew gum or smoke at that spot. And girls, don't have too much heavy makeup. Now, during the interaction with your interview, give a pleasant smile and be positive and confident. Start off like a winner. Don't go limp. Don't go timid. Be comfortable. If they're sitting you anywhere and if the sunlight is coming or a bright light is coming directly into your eyes, be sure that you change the place or turn over, request them, and then be comfortable. That is permissible. Don't be afraid of asking, sir, that light is shining in my eye, can I shift it? Absolutely okay. Now, if they talk, if they tell you anything, either in a group discussion, sometimes they do, or sometimes they do one-to-one, listen very attentively. Look at the interview directly. Don't avoid eye contact, but don't stare either. Sit properly, try to relax, and take notes if the questions are very lengthy. Some people ask very long questions. They start, if this is though, and then there was so, and then that was so, and then that was so, then what will you do? Now, such a long question, you need to take notes. But avoid nervous mannerisms. Pay attention to nervous mannerism, like clicking your nail, plain you're clicking your nose. Please do not do that. Key is to appear calm and collected. When you speak, speak clearly. Don't hesitate. And one more thing, never answer just yes and no to a question. Always clarify and expand your answers. Always be positive and enthusiastic. See, this is a competition. When you go to an interview, you are not the only one. There'll be other candidates from MCOE. There'll be other candidates from COEP, JSPM, this college, that college. You have to run this race and you have to win. So make sure that you turn on your charm. Pump up your enthusiasm prior to the interview. But never complain about anything. My college is hopeless, my canteen is bad, other students that you can't troubling me. No, never do any negative talk. If they tell you to ask anything, be prepared to ask a few questions. They should be thoughtful questions. But don't ask about salary and benefit. That can be discussed later anytime. And don't get into any discussion or any topic or subject if you don't have the depth. You don't start out talking about cricket and then you're not able to talk. No, don't do that. Talk only about the subject which you understand and about which you have depth. And if the discussion comes to a project that you have done, state clearly what you did, how you did, what are the findings, crisply and succinctly. It is better to keep such a talk prepared. But don't start shooting off like a drama, like dialogue in a skit. Be clear about what you're speaking. They don't want to waste time. After the interview, watch for the cue. Interview will tell you, okay, now it is over. They will give signals. Be sure to stand up, thank them for their time, and express your interest in being hired. Always say that you're impressed with the company and you would like to work there. Okay. And be sure to find out what is the next step. Ask the interview when the decision will be made. When you can expect from here to hear from them. That way you won't be left hanging. Now let's see what else happens. After the interview, after 10-15 days, you can follow up. If you haven't heard from them, either they will say no or it will be floating. If it is floating, then you can always ask. Even if it is no, it does not matter. You can continue to be interested in that companies. It pays to keep in touch with the interviewer often. Persistence, this fellow wants to work in a job, they have hired 3 people. Out of that, all 3 said, yes, we will join, and 2 backed out. So there will be a vacancy. There will be a place. They may consider you as the 4th candidate. No harm in trying. And if that also doesn't work, does not matter, gear up for the next interview. Aaj ye company nahi to wo, tu nahi to aur sahi is always there. There will be more companies coming in. But you will become polished, you will have better practice as you go along. Now let us see what kind of common mistakes people make. Worst is poor personal appearance. I have interviewed hundreds and hundreds of people. What happens is some come smart, some are so sloppy that you feel like not even letting him come into the gate, but they come. So make sure that your appearance is smart. Show enthusiasm, don't be passive and indifferent, but do not overemphasize on money when there is discussion. Sir, I want so much thousand. No, not this, not that. That company is offering this. Don't get into that. And if you are changing a job, or if you are coming out of the college, or if you have, never condemn your past. My teacher was hopeless. That maths teacher was kharoos. He gave me less marks. My project guide wasn't teaching me. I had to do so much work. Never do any of these things. These are common mistakes. Why I'm telling you is because I have experienced this. If a candidate says like this, the interviewer thinks that he is the problem, not the employer, not the college. This fellow himself is the problem. And timid looking, I am looking that way, that fellow is talking to me, but I am looking this way, that way, never making eye contact, never looking at him, is a bad way of interacting with the interviewer. They think this fellow is a shifty-eyed kind of character, shady character. If they shake hands, have a firm hand, don't break his hand, but it should be firm hand, not limp, fishy handshake. Then if they say that, are you willing to go and so, I'm offering you a job in Uttarakhand, or I'm offering you a job in Telangana. Nahi, I mante hai, my mommy says no. If that is so, please don't go to such a company's interview at all, because that will get you rejected and it will also bring a bad name to your own college. Never be late for the interview. And after the interview, be sure to express appreciation for the interview's time. If you ask no question, that also is not okay. You should ask some questions if they allow you to. Some other common mistakes. If your response to a question is indefinite, uncertain, it is not considered right. Response should be positive and firm. Yes, maybe, so, no, I mean, I will check with he, I will check with my teacher, I will check with my family is not a kind of answer. Overbearing, I know everything, I know better than you. Yes, you are studying in the college, you can solve second order differential equations. The interviewer cannot do it now because he studied 25 years ago. But that doesn't make him any less than you. He knows his job 100 times more than us, right? Inability to express clearly is a common mistake. People are not able to express. So practice, if need be, practice. Put some sample questions and practice how you will answer them. Poor voice, diction, or grammar, somebody hesitates. If you cannot speak English, does not matter. Sometimes, many companies are very clear that many of our students are not all that good in English. Does not matter. Say, sir, may I answer in Hindi? May I answer in Marathi? Yes. Your technical knowledge matters. It's not your English grammar that they are checking. But there are some Sahab companies which want clear English. Well, there it is needed. You do it. Practice it. Okay. Your lack of planning. Are you clear about your goals? That should be clear. If it is not clear, that fellow immediately understand this fellow does not want, he is just shopping around. That's not okay. Okay. Nervousness is one thing. As freshers, they don't mind you being nervous, but over nervousness also not good. Are you participating in any activities, sports, games, hobbies? That is treated as a positive for you. Okay, many people don't want to start at the bottom. They expect right from the beginning, I should become a general manager. Bad luck. Nobody is going to give any job like that. If you're starting at the third year or fourth year in the college, well, there is no choice but to start at the first level. No, other company is giving this. No, sir, not possible. Everybody is not doing. Another mistake can be, yeah, they might ask you some question where the situation is unfavorable for you. If you're evasive, making excuses, it gets immediately caught. If it is negative, say, sir, sorry, this is what happened, and this is my weak point. No harm in saying that. Courtesy, good manners always wins friends. Maturity you must show. Yeah, indecision is another thing. If the question comes, if this is happens, or if this happened, what will you do? If you say, sir, I do not know, that is okay. That is a good decision. But if you say maybe yes, maybe not, it is not a positive answer. Okay. Now, I had to ask some people whether you have written your resume. Ideally, this session on interview technique should have been after a session on how to write resumes, but that's okay. But make sure that your resume is very, very properly, correctly written. Don't have a sloppy or shoddy resume. Keep it clear. Merely shopping around. Some people like to go interview this company, that company. Join तो करना नहीं है. चलो देख के आते हैं. Get caught. Please be clear. That's no good. Or I want a job for a short time. I am joining in January or at the end of May examination. But come October, I am going to run away to USA. Nobody will be interested in us. Shows no interest in that company is again a sloppy thing. Low moral standards, cynical, laziness, intolerant, narrow interests, inability to take criticism. You know, sometimes they test you. They put a question to you such that you feel that you are being criticized. Now, if you're not able to take that criticism, it gets caught out. Take it sportingly, nothing wrong with it. But do not be a high pressure type. No, I want a job. I want this. I have that. I am so good. You don't have to be high pressure type as well. Okay. Now some tips I will give you. Now when there is a question, don't answer it just as a yes and no. Use every question to establish what you feel is important about yourself. Your motivation, your maturity, your ambitions, your capability is expressed through those answers to the questions. Show how your education or project work or internship, how it relates to the needs of the present job or the position. Don't complain about your past job. They may think that you are the problem. Use your past to show how your personal qualities are demanded by the job. As we say, Tendulkar or Virat Kohli, they don't just hit the ball. They get a ball and they divert it in the direction they want. They want it to go to deep mid-on, silly mid-on, whichever way, third man. They direct it in the direction that they want it to go. Same way, when there is a question, the answer should be such that it will direct the conversation where your merits will show up. These are, don't answer just yes and no. Direct it in a way that you desire it to establish yourself. Let's do some exercise. Some questions I am putting. Let's see what are the most effective answers. Some question now this question is for somebody who is already doing a job. What do you do? I can say I am a teacher. A very simple answer. I am a school teacher or a college teacher or a trainer or whatever it is. A very simple one word, one line answer. क्या म्हणतोय? Hello?
Sorry, nothing.
Okay, ठीक है. I can also say, no, I am a teacher of 40 handicapped children. A little better answer. Or I can say, no, I am responsible for physical and mental development of 40 handicapped children. This involves attention, motivation, and considerable selling skill, convincing their parents to invest in their growing development skills. This is a good answer. I could answer in 2 words, I could answer in 5 words, or I could answer in 20 words, depending on how I want the conversation to go. Now, when I answer like this, what I showed in your red lines, it will direct the conversation into something better that suits me, so that they can ask me more questions about the kind of job I do. Many interviewers ask you, write the first question, tell us about yourself. Now, this question is intended to put you at ease. They want to know you as a person. They are not interested in your date of birth, height, weight, etc., etc. So share as little of his biographical details as possible, but explain your strengths. You should be able to substantiate them through actual examples. Now let's see how it can be done. You cannot just merely say, I'm motivated, mature, ambitious. That's not good enough. I know that this job requires, I will do it. Not good enough. This is where you have to manage the interview. You must use the interview to demonstrate these aspects about yourself. That means you're not going into the interview just to answer the question but to manage the questions. Let's see how. Think about some of these things in the field in general or the job in particular, your background and career goals, and how these two match. That becomes important. So tell us about yourself. We continue. I can say I was born in Satara in a military family or a doctor's family or a farming family. I did my schooling there. Then I did high school at Delhi. It's a simple answer. Or I was born in Satara in a military family. I did my schooling at Satara and high school at Delhi. I'm currently doing BE Electrical, specializing in high voltage DC control systems. My project is about drone-based fault location on high altitude, etc. This kind of answer, which may direct them to a product line which is very similar to their company. That will motivate them to talk to you in a greater depth. This is a good answer. Or you can also say, I think I have average intelligence. I am not hi-fi bright, not CV Raman, but I have high motivation, resourceful, and I have capability to do hard work. These are some good answers. My question, why do you want to work in our company? Why do you want to join my company? It has a good reputation. Sure, bad reputation companies will not come. Larsen Toubro comes, you don't have to say you have a good reputation. They know damn well they have good reputation. And don't say just like, no, President office said, chalo application karo, so I am joining. No, that's not an answer. You can say that your company spends more on research than any other company in the industry. One good type of answer. Or you can say, I met a number of people working there and I've been impressed. They offer flexibility, they offer opportunities, they offer freedom to work, they allow you to do innovation. These are some of the good answers. They may ask you about your strengths, weaknesses, career plans. You can give an insight into your life's goals and ambitions as the candidate. Okay. They may say, what are you good at? Now they are not interested you're a very good batsman or wicket keeper, but don't say, who am I to tell? Sir, please assess you. You should tell me your strength. No, that's not the right answer. A good answer can be, I am hardworking, motivated, sufficiently intelligent, and I like to take responsibilities. I like to complete a task fully and properly. These are good answers. And they can also ask you, what are your weaknesses? What will you answer? Huh? I smoke ganja and I get violent when I drunk? No, that's not an answer. I get angry very fast. Well, that's a mediocre answer. That can be an answer, but not the best one. And never say, how can I tell you I don't have any weakness? How can I? You can say, I get impatient when people are lazy. I don't like liars. I don't like corruption. I don't like cheats. These are some of the positive type of negative answers, or let's say negative type of positive answers. Answers to a negative question, but putting you in a positive light. I don't like lazy people. I get irritated when people are wasting time. I get irritated when people throw garbage on the street. These are some of the positive answers that can put you in the right light in front of the interviewer. Then some of them also tell you, do you have any questions you would like to ask us? Some good questions can be, what are the typical career paths for starting as a trainee engineer in a company? Or what responsibilities and challenges I can expect in your organization 2 or 3 years from now. Today I am joining as a trainee engineer. You might put me for 6 months on a training job and then you give me responsibility. But what will I be doing after 2 years or 3 years? That's a good question. Don't say, how can I ask questions? Sir, नहीं आप बड़े लोग हैं मैं कैसे पूछूंगा? No, please don't do that. Or you can ask what are the characteristics in your organization which people make people proud to work in my company. You know, so many people are proud to work in Tata or Larsen Toubro or Bharat Forge or Siemens. What characteristics are there in that company? You ask them, they will like to answer it. They will feel proud to answer you. Or you can ask what are the training and growth aspects. These are some good questions. Somebody might say, look here, I am hiring you. I want to hire you, but this is a very stressful, difficult job. Do you think you can manage? Oh, sure, I can manage. Oh, no, not good enough. I think so is also a sloppy answer. Or saying, sir, what do you mean by stress? No. Or evade it. No, people are talking too much stress. COVID hai, stress is always there. What is there to talk about? No, that's not the right answer. See, why I'm saying these things is people answer like this. I get answers like this when I interview people. I've seen so many people behaving in this manner. So say, sir, I can give you an example. I was doing summer training or internship at Tata Power. I had to change 3 buses to reach that place, 45 kilometers from here. And I used to return home at 10 p.m. Still, I was not late on a single day. And still, I made a project report. It was so good that the company sent it to Ratan Tata to read it. That's a very good answer. Not everybody will have that answer, but others could have. I had so much difficulty in the family when I was in second year. My father, uncle, son, brother, daughter, myself, we were very sick or I had an accident. But I scored highest mark in 3 subjects while I was taking care of this. These are some crises that you have managed. They show you in good light. Everybody will have some crisis or some difficulty in his life. And you can highlight that I faced that crisis, I faced that stress, and still I came out winner in that thing. That is what a stressful job involves. Some common questions they can ask you, what are your salary expectations? Now be ready with the answer before. Now if you're expecting say 50 or 55,000, then you propose at 5-10% higher. Give him a chance to cut you down. Unless the placement office has already told you that they are offering this kind of salary. Then you can say, I have seen your salary announcement. I am okay with it. Or no, sir, can I get a little bit more? Either way, it is okay. But don't stick on the salary all the time because they don't want a person who is interested only in money. Here is a big question. What do you think you can contribute to the company? You're coming there only to get 50,000 per month and just fool around reading manuals or signing attendance register? No. If they are going to give you 50,000, they expect you to contribute at least 5 lakh rupees per month in the turnover or profit of the company. So what can you contribute? Now here, answer confidently but without any arrogance. What you can think you can contribute, like, or they can say, what are your questions about the company? Here is a question. Establish what opportunities of self-development are available. Just don't lose this opportunity by saying, no, I have no questions. Absolutely okay. Here is an opportunity to ask, make them speak something so that they become attuned to you. They start liking you. Some people can ask, have you attended any other interviews, got any offers? Absolutely right. You can say, no, sir, this is the first interview. Or you can say, yes, I have attended 2 interviews. I got 1 offer, but I thought your company was better, so I preferred this. I'll tell you what happened to me. I was invited, I was called for an interview in the morning in one company and at 4 o'clock at another company. And when I reached at 4 o'clock, they said, where are you coming from? We thought you will come at 3. I said, sir, no, I was given a time of 4 p.m. I had gone to an interview at 10 a.m. Oh, where was that? They asked me so many questions about that other interview. Fine, that gave me opportunity to speak. So they thought, yes, this guy has so many calls. Let us catch him. This fellow may be better, whatever it is. But nothing to hide. Don't have to hide. Don't tell lies. Never do that. You try to show the interest in this company rather than the previous one. Unless you already decided, no, that previous company is okay, I want to go there. Here is a question, tricky question. If you had made any improvements in your career, what would you have been? No, I would have preferred to take electronics instead of electrical engineering. Or no, I would have gone into computers. Or no, I would not have gone to MCOE. I would have preferred to go civil engineering in IIT Mumbai. Or no, what I have chosen is absolutely right. This is exactly what I wanted. Or anything else. I would have paid more attention to mathematics, or I would have paid more attention to sports, my physical fitness, whichever thing you think, have an answer available and ready for this kind of questions. You know, it's not that last moment you said somebody asks you and suddenly, "Arey, ab kya bole, ab kya bole?" No, don't do that. Answers will give you tell them about your creativity. Now, here is a question. Describe the best person you have ever worked for with you. It could be somebody in the family, it could be your friend, it your colleague, your guide, your teacher. You may know my third year mathematics teacher was one of the best person I ever interacted with. And then go into the merits of that person, what was good about them, fine. Don't say, nahi, all are okay, kuch nahi, ye nahi, wo nahi. Be clear, there has to be some person. It can be even your father or mother or your brother or your one of your seniors. Nothing wrong. I remember one interview, a candidate from IIT Delhi came and I asked, this question was asked. You know what he answered? My senior was Raghuram Rajan, and then he told us about Raghuram Rajan. You know, Raghuram Rajan was now past governor of Reserve Bank of India. He was a student at IIT Delhi. So that candidate described so much about Raghuram Rajan that all other interviewers were impressed and that guy got hired. What do you like best about your college? Your laboratories, your teachers, your colleagues, your atmosphere, your freedom, your sports facilities, whatever it is, say, talk positive. They will know that if you can talk about it, the candidate is able to think beyond the basic mechanics of the job. See, remember that when they are hiring you, they are not looking only for your ability to solve, find out the Kirchhoff's law or how much impedance this particular station impedance this particular generator will have. You have to gel with people. Any job, people have to work with people. So your ability to be part of a team, be a people's man is very important. Technology, anybody can learn. You go to college for 2, 3, 4 years and you learn that. If you get anything more than 60% marks, you know enough about it. But how much do you use it in your career? Let me tell you, I have worked for something 37, 38 years. I have done 5 years in IIT Kanpur and 2 years in Mumbai. Now 5 years is not that I failed, but those years IIT BTech course used to be 5 years. And in my career, I might have used maybe 2 or 3% of the knowledge that I gained in all these 7 years at IIT. All technical things, metallurgy, mechanical, mathematics, operations, research, this, that, everything, maybe 2% in my industrial career. Then I changed over to academics in 5, 6 years that I was working in as an engineering professor or principal. Even there, a professor manages to use at best 10 to 20% of the knowledge that he has studied in his college. Nothing beyond that. Rest is all people dealing. How to put it, how to give that knowledge to others is the skill. Same in industry. Now, I have worked in petrochemicals plant. I have worked in foundry. I have worked in consumer product industry. I worked in light engineering industry, electroplating, press shop, assemblies. Then I say that I have used only 2 to 3% of my entire technical knowledge. And out of that 2 to 3% knowledge, 1% came when I was interviewing other candidates. काम में कोई नहीं लगता, ओके ये इसको उधर काम में लगाओ, उसको उधर काम में लगाओ, or why this machine is making noise, or why the motor is getting heated up. These are the things where you get stuck. Not that you don't need to solve second order differential equations or do any vector field theory. Vectors and tensors don't come in on a day in and day out unless you are in a design department designing wings for an aircraft. Question comes. Describe some emergency in your life or job which you have to reschedule your time. Okay. Another way of asking, are you willing to stay working late hours? If there is a breakdown in the factory or in the place, or there's an emergency with the client, are you willing to stay up and work and solve that problem up to 10 in the night? That's another way of asking the same question. So be clear what you think. I'm putting these questions before you so that you can think about answers and prepare yourself. At this stage, when you are in the college, you are like a rough diamond, right? Rough diamond looks like this, just a piece of stone or piece of glass. What the interview does is gives you an opportunity to look like a polished gem. This is what you have to become. Better you prepare, more chances you have to become this polished gem. So do it. Best of luck and make best use of the opportunity whenever interview calls are available to you. Right? We'll stop here. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you everyone.